Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
We talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
We're creeping along. This next week, I think our episode actually comes out on Christmas.
It does.
That rules.
It does rule.
That's a treat.
So it's not this one, but it's the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But what you can do this week to get into the spirit is tweet all about keeping the crypt in Cryptmas, getting a 25th anniversary vinyl release of Have Yourself a Scary Little Christmas, the Crypt Keeper Christmas album.
What's that hashtag?
Keep the crypt in Cryptmas.
If they can play Christmas songs at the courthouse, they should be able to play Cryptmas songs at the courthouse.
Whoa. Can we get a Crypt Keeper statue at City Hall?
I think we can. That might be exactly the shot in the arm to get this 25th anniversary album.
But would HBO sue us? We don't have the rights
to the likeness of the Crypt Keeper. If there's one injustice in the world, it's that.
We
would be we'd be doing something with it.
Yeah, what? They're not doing any. It's a
Right.
It's a wasted IP right now.
Yeah, it's just on the shelf doing nothing.
Could we make a Crypt Keeper elf on the shelf? That would be wonderful.
And which would have more of a dead-eyed stare? The real one or the crypt elf?
Real one.
Yeah.
Oh man, what would it be called?
I mean, does he have a name like Shaggy or something?
Does he have a
The
name?
Crypt Keeper.
I think it's just the Crypt Keeper.
He's so old.
I'm Dennis, the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, right.
I think it's just the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Was he originally a mortal of some sort, or you know what I mean? Like, what's his deal? Let's get a story about the Crypt Keeper.
As far as I know, he just likes Christmas.
Yeah, I guess you never did much research on the Crypt Keeper, huh?
I bet it's something. I bet it's like there's probably like one episode where he's like, "Oh, hello, kitties. My name's really Larry."
Anyway, today's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have enough information to come up with a good rhyme.
Keeper, that's a creeper? Because he's creeping around, watching, making sure you're...
Yeah, well, I was thinking like Crypt in the Dipped, but I don't know what a dipped is.
Keeper in the beaker?
Okay,
if you are a
Keep in your
scientist.
laboratory, yeah, okay. It's a slant rhyme anyway, so I'm not like totally on board. Yeah, Keeper in the Sleeper, maybe.
Ooh, it's in your bedroom.
It stays in your bedroom and haunts you / watches over you.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, yes, I'm sure we will.
Skeleton in...
Is he a skeleton now?
Well...
What if he was like a...
He's like a decomposing corpse, I
Yeah.
guess. He's not fully skeletonized.
Maybe he's a ghoul in the school.
Okay.
And so it becomes, like every day you go to school... I'm picturing like elementary school maybe. Yeah. And do you remember, did your school ever do this for St. Patrick's Day?
Oh.
Where like, a leprechaun came in the middle of the night and there'd be like green footprints.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like every day the Crypt Keeper could be hiding somewhere in the classroom.
What if someone, so this is actually, I think, going to be a year-round thing for kindergartners.
Okay.
And every weekend a different student gets to take the Crypt Keeper home. And then they have to write about what they did with the Crypt Keeper.
Okay. And it's he's like, you're keeping the Crypt Keeper or something like, yeah. You're the keeper.
You're the keeper.
You're the Crypt Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. The Crypt Keeper elf. Is that something?
It's not something. HBO, please. We want to help you. Help us help you.
Help us.
You ready?
Yeah. We've been nice.
The Crypt Keeper prefers
naughty.
Okay.
Suspense is killing me. What's
Allahabad, officially known as Prayagraj since October 2018, and also known as Allahabad and Prayag, is a city in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. It is the administrative headquarters of Allahabad district, the most populous district in the state and the 13th most populous district in India.
Okay.
And the Allahabad division.
I did not know India had states.
I did. So there.
You know, I bet most countries have states, and I just don't realize it.
Yes, and I think also a lot of them probably don't call them states necessarily.
Prefectures or
provinces.
Provinces, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Or that's the only two.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it funny how like Louisiana calls them parishes instead of counties, but they're just counties?
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is.
Me neither. There isn't one. They
just call them parishes.
Yes.
Perish the thought. There's so many things that we just say. Me, for sure, I say. I don't know what they mean, but I know that they fit into a certain response. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll go now. Like today I said something about like, I'm waiting with bated breath. And we all know what that implies, but I don't know what the fuck it means. I looked it up. I do now, but...
That's the... idioms are very strange. And they don't... Like, I mean... You know what between a rock and a hard place means, but it doesn't... It like you know what it means, but it also doesn't mean anything.
Well, I know what it means. No, I do.
Oh, is it like what it references?
Yeah.
What
it represents Scylla and Charybdis from the Odyssey. It's literally a giant rock that you'll smash a ship on, or a giant whirlpool that will suck you into your death. So you're between a rock and a hard place.
Whirlpools aren't hard.
Well, it's a hard place to navigate. Is the
challenging?
It's a challenging.
A rock and a challenge. See, that's not as clever to me.
Yeah, it's not an idiom it's like not like look a gift horse in the mouth or something. Although that has a meaning too.
Well, but between a rock and a hard place, in my head, it was always two
rocks.
Or like it was almost it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's like a rock and a big sheet of metal. It's like they're both fucking hard things, right? Physically hard.
Either way, yeah. Well, and in a way, you're still right. Like,
yeah, but it's not as fun.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It took me maybe until like the last year or two to understand the meaning of a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And I'd love to break it down for you.
Is it? Let me guess.
Yeah, because it's not something you've ever thought of, and you know.
Is it basically having something is better than the potential to have more things?
Exactly,
because it's a sure thing.
It's like, I have this thing.
I have a bird. But I
could have two, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could be wrong, but I think Benjamin Franklin coined that phrase, and I think he also coined "a stitch in time saves 9."
I'm glad you said that because that's the next one I was going to bring up. That one took me fucking ages to understand.
I think I understand that one too.
Okay, go ahead.
Prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, and part of the confusion for me was when I learned about that phrase, it was around the same time as I read the book A Wrinkle in Time, which is a very challenging, like it's a lot of concepts, sci-fi concepts, and so I was associated with that.
That's fun.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with time travel.
No. What's another one?
Oh, there's tons. I mean, how about like, well, this is not challenging, but it's like, where did this come from? I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Is that like some kind of weird ancient like pagan,
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like,
can I tell you this? I sleep on the same side of the bed always.
Sure.
And Jessica sleeps on at the foot of the bed.
Sure. You need your space to spread out.
Yeah. No, we sleep on the same side of the bed every night. And the thought,
you each have your own sides.
Yes. The thought of sleeping on the other side of the bed is it's an impossibility to me. And mind-bogglingly, when we go to hotels and things, and we're in a bed that is not our marital bed, in front of which we're both sitting right now, she like doesn't know which side to go on.
How?
I don't know. and
like a bed is like, where's the pillow? Okay, I'm properly oriented.
I don't know. And we were just on vacation, and we stayed in a few different places because we were moving around.
Yeah, sure.
And every time we got to a new place, she was like, "Which side do you want?" And I was
which
like,
side do I want?
I don't want it. I have to
I
be
require
there.
this. Yeah, it doesn't. What mixture of nitrogen and oxygen do you want to breathe? With the same of 78 and 21, with 1% of other gases. You maniac.
Yeah, I don't understand. And I think if we were to be in this bed that's in front of us,
you and I,
and yes, and one day I went to bed first and went on her side, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, she'd lose her mind.
And I don't know why.
Maybe you need to do that to like wake her out of her weird like witch's curse of not understanding. Like,
that's it.
You know what I mean?
That's the only way.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you have a side of the bed that you think that you would prefer to be on? And what happens if you eventually live with someone who also likes that side?
That's a good question. I don't know. So I've never cohabitated with somebody where I've chosen a side of my bed. I traditionally have slept closest to the wall so that I don't roll off the bed.
Yes, that makes sense.
And those
that's why we
beds,
put walls on either side of our bed so that we can't fall off.
Yeah, you sleep in like a capsule hotel sort of a setup. It's very smart of you. So that's what I always did. Because I'm also picturing like very small beds, maybe not meant for two people. You know,
one of the places we stayed when we were in. Now that we're back, I can, I guess, give you a rundown.
Okay.
I don't think we talk about the trip too much.
No,
like even in our private lives.
No. You went to Europe.
Which there's so. It's so strange how
you were just in Europe and nothing changed over here.
Well, but how I just don't tell you things so that I can tell you them so that other people can hear me tell you them.
Yeah, that is very funny. And I accidentally, I guess, probably do the same thing only because I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And so I accidentally do that.
But when we went to Amsterdam as one of the cities that we were in, and the place that we stayed, it didn't have a regular bed. It had two tiny beds next to each other, which is fine, sure.
Okay.
But they were both on wheels. So if you went in the middle zone, the beds rolled apart from each other.
Was there no way to like stop them?
There were no brakes.
Yeah, there's no like wooden wedges like for an airplane. You know?
No. So what wound up happening
you had to buy a bunch of heavy books,
and
that costs a lot to take back and forth.
We both slept on one tiny bed.
Yeah, you would have to, right? Yeah, or
we each sleep on one.
Well, or I mean, you gotta think outside the bun sometimes, Jonathan, and lay perpendicular to the intended. You know what I'm saying?
So we could have, but the bed was not wide enough to accommodate. So we would have had to.
I understand that.
We would have had to create a rift, and
you would buy a chair and set that. It's either you're buying a chair or you're buying a bunch of books, and which one's easier to take back and forth? Hard to say. Books have a better shape to them. I know that much.
That's true.
Much harder to ship a chair across seas, at least. That's stupid. I don't know why they did that. What the fuck is up with Europe? Like, I understand that we do a lot of whack shit, but like some of their shit's pretty whack.
I'll tell you the wackest shit.
All right.
And I think you heard. We went with friend of the network, Peter Williams, and his wife, who was also on Humanoid Resources.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she or not regularly. She was on one episode.
Okay.
And it was very funny. We were with them, and Peter and I were talking about this last night. But when you go to a restaurant and you order your food, they don't bring you water unless you ask for it.
In Europe.
Yes.
Okay. And
when you do ask for it, they bring you a bottle for the table to share. And you have to pay for it.
What the fuck is wrong with them? What are you supposed to do?
Get dehydrated as shit.
I am also aware that they don't have many water fountains around.
Correct.
But in America, it's like against code to not have a water fountain like every 100 feet.
I'm too hydrated frequently in this honestly, in this God's country.
I mean, I've got 3 water fountains just in my own studio apartment.
It's the law.
I don't know what to tell you.
Do you bet? I mean, I bet people come over here from Europe and they're like, they give you so much goddamn water.
Well, that's what maybe it's the land of plenty, the land of opportunity, and that goes for water and cars are really the only 2 things that you get a lot of, and everyone's entitled to that. It's.
I mean, I'm sure they're just like, we don't. This is too much water. You're
Are we
giving us too
shipping
much
in water from like the Middle East or something? Like, why do we have so much water? Why do
I don't
they not
know.
have any?
From a classically wet place like the Middle East.
Well, it used to be until we got all their water. Like, I don't understand. Like, do we have better? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're a newer country.
So our like tap water is better.
Yes, right.
I'm sure that's it. I'm actually that's it.
It's got to be it,
Yep.
right? Like, all their shit is like
A billion years old.
it's running through the skulls of the fucking catacombs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like lead poisoning is like the least of their worries.
Yeah.
Like, they're all getting like bubonic plague if they drink tap water.
I'm sure that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was lovely.
That's yeah. What's the youngest country in Europe? Like, are they all tied basically?
I think that's probably depends on how you define youngest country.
Yeah.
I mean, Germany, right? Because it was 2 countries and now it's 1.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
Pretty new.
Yeah, I guess yeah. Depending on how you look at it.
Italy
Czech Republic
used to be a bunch of fucking countries, and then they made it one country, like super, like
in the early 20th century.
I want to say it was like the 70s. It wasn't, but it's like it was so much more recent than you would think. It was
wild.
like, oh, I guess we're Italy now.
Like, my dad was born for sure, and in his lifetime,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I think about that kind of stuff sometimes, where it's like, I wonder what like country borders are going to change that I thought would never have changed. Like,
Right.
You know, like if Ireland, this isn't exactly that crazy, but if Ireland, or excuse me, if Northern Ireland left the UK and the entire Irish, landmass was united, something like that. Like if Canada joined us, like something crazy like that,
Do you think?
Because a lot can happen in the next, I don't know, 10 to 80 years, however long it is we live.
God, I hope not.
Yeah,
the states where the border is a river.
Oh, sure. That's another interesting one. Maybe some states will change around.
Is the border the river, or as the river changes shape, will the border stay as the river was?
That's a good question, because that's the kind of thing that, like, in the 1800s, yeah, maybe it was just whatever the river was, that's what the border was.
And rivers don't change so quickly.
The Mississippi changes quickly, from what I read about in Mr. Samuel Longfellow Clemens. What the fuck is his
Longhorn?
name? Yeah. Foghorn Leghorn Clemens.
Interesting.
It's the mighty Mississippi. It does what it wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. A lot of states border that thing.
A lot.
Like,
twice as many as you think.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Just one on each side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Florida?
Yeah, that ain't going to be a place
when
soon.
that breaks off. Mm-hmm.
Will it break off, or will it be...
the middle, there's like a real narrow neck. There's a big fat bottom where the Everglades is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It gets narrow. So it's going to break off, and Georgia's just going to get like a piece of it or something. I don't know.
It's crazy that like...
Or maybe Florida become it's like a Michigan thing.
2 bad states.
Yeah.
One state.
Connected by a bridge or something.
Michigan should be 2 states, huh?
Yeah, it should. Or it should be 1 state, and then Canada gets the rest.
Yeah. Or like give, Wisconsin? Give Wisconsin the UP.
Yeah, break some off. Yeah. Whatever ones it is.
Michigan should be the mitten.
Uh-huh.
And
Wisconsin should be fucked up looking.
It already is. Every state's fucked up looking.
Yeah.
Except for Colorado.
They did a good job with Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Everybody gets to pick a shape.
Square.
Fuck.
Smell you later.
You're an idiot and I care too much. We cannot proceed.
Yeah, it's a terrible mix. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Spencer Hamilton, the host of Arcade Audio's newest podcast, Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, the comedy trivia show of answering questions and questioning answers. Recorded in front of a live studio audience in Chicago, we'll be bringing you new episodes every Wednesday. Why did Michael Jordan wear number 23?
That is because the only soda he drank was Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Excellent answer. Is this Family Feud?
Sure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for coming out to Let Sleeping Dogs Lie. Oh, good. We got that. We nailed that.
Nefario.
Hello, Norman. Toy.
In 1984, the science fiction horror movie Chud was released.
Yeah, it was Air Chud Golden Receiver.
There's no rule saying a chud can't play.
I can't tell you why, but I could eat a lot of thumbs and toes. Respect the process! says, "Snake it!"
Not worth it. He's challenging your Space Jam knowledge.
Oh, you want to challenge my motherfucking Space Jam knowledge?
No,
I think an older brother is like 1/4 of a grandfather, so I think we should get. I think we should get 1.25 points, and rounding up, that is 2 even points.
I'm doing nothing of the sort. In Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario can transform into what appears to be a raccoon, but is actually a Japanese animal known as a tanuki.
You did it all for Tanuki.
Hey, you know how turtles are born when a lizard steals a big shell? Yeah. Hey, Peter, I got a question for you. Hey, do bears have shells? No.
Some would argue that a cave is a shell. I don't know. I don't know who they were, but I would argue that. I would say that. Have you ever seen a turtle smoking weed?
Smoke just a single weed. Have you seen a turtle smoke a single weed?
Do you think that the answer they gave is true?
No, I do not.
Not at all.
Way to own it, Fiona.
Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts so as not to miss a moment of misdirection.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.